Guys, it's our third day in Barbados, and this morning we were up bright and early. I heard from a bunch of people that every morning at sunrise at Pebbles Beach, they wash the racehorses so you can swim with them and ride them in the ocean. So my friend and I woke up really early to do that. I'm so glad we got up early enough to do this. It was so much fun. They even let me take one into the ocean and wash him. I actually used to ride horses, so this was a lot of fun for me. I also brought my camera and got some really cool pics. You can ride them too, but usually they ask for some money, and I didn't bring my wallet because it was so early, I forgot. But it's okay. We still had so much fun and definitely recommend doing this while you're in Barbados. Still really early at this point, so we got some coffee and headed to our Airbnb to change. Didn't rent a car, so we booked a tour so we could see the rest of the island. Our first stop was Cherry Tree Hill, and this lookout was beautiful. Next, we headed back in the car and headed to the Barbados Wildlife Reserve. Here, we just walked around the gardens and saw a bunch of animals like turtles, iguanas, some beautiful birds, and monkeys as well. This place was stunning, so definitely recommend checking it out if you're in Barbados too. They gave us some rum punch. It was about 11 a.m. at this point, which is when they feed the monkeys. So we headed over to the other part of the reserve, and we're so close to all these monkeys. It was so cool. Like, literally, I could reach out and touch one if I wanted. You're not supposed to feed the monkeys yourself, so if you see one in Barbados, don't give it any food or anything. So we watched the monkeys for a bit. I got a bunch of cool pictures on my camera, and then we were off to our next stop. We stopped for lunch along the way, and we headed to Bathsheba Beach. This is a pretty popular beach on the east side of the island and is a great surf spot. They actually filmed some of Outer Banks here, so it was really cool to see. Unfortunately, it started downpouring right when we got there, so we left and headed to Hunt's Gardens. This is a beautiful botanical garden in the middle of the island, and even though it was still kind of rainy, it was even more beautiful. So we walked around, took in the nature for a while, saw some cool animals, and then we found this little house and cafe that we hung out at for a bit. So this was the last stop on our tour, so we saw some goats and headed back. Tour guides were awesome, totally recommend them. So then we headed to our next destination near Whole Town, which is where we were staying for the rest of the trip, and did some shopping. We went to Whole Town Beach for the sunset. I flew my drone a bit, and we got a drink at a bar and watched the sun go down. I got this delicious pina colada. Then we stopped into one of the restaurants on the beach, got dinner, and decided we wanted to go out. We went to this bar and club in Whole Town, listened to some music, and headed home.